Hello crafty friends, it's Diane with Bean Street Paper, and it's time, for the first time in a long time, for another 10-minute Tuesday. Where have I been? Well, I had a few life changes going on. I sold my coffee shop, and now I do have a job working for someone else, but I am now going to concentrate all my efforts on card making and paper crafting. So here I am, I'm back. I'm hoping to get back into the swing of things. This is the first 10-minute Tuesday card video in a super long time, so I'm excited about that, and I hope you guys are too. It is May, middle of May. It's about a month away from Father's Day, so I thought we would concentrate on some masculine cards. And I am going to show you how to make this fun card. Now, one thing about this card, I love the design of it. It's super quick, super easy, but it does not stand up, as you can see. I mean, it does, but it doesn't stand up straight like a regular card. Like, you could do it kind of like that. Anyway, it's still a super cute card. So we are going to go ahead and make this. The first thing you'll need, I have all my pieces here, and I did use some of my new Stampin' Up! Products. I had to have this stamp set because my husband makes beer and likes beer, so this was one of the ones that I chose out of the catalog. So I can do more masculine cards, but I used this Brewed For You stamp set. Now you can use this card with a card design, anything. Okay, so without further ado, let's get started on this card. You're going to need a card base. This is your standard A2 size card base, and what I've done is put it back in my trimmer and cut this piece 2.5 inches from the fold. Okay, now I'll of course put all these measurements down below. So it's just a standard A2 size card, and you cut the piece off the flap. Here's the piece. Don't throw it away. We're going to use it. This you end up trimming it down just a scooch. I trimmed it down to 3 inches by 4 3/8 inches. So I just basically trimmed a tiny little bit off this portion. You are going to need a pattern piece of paper for the top of your card, and that is 4 by 2 1/4. I have a card insert, which is 4 by 5 1/4, and a piece of paper. Now you could use a different pattern piece of paper. I dry embossed mine, so it's got this cool little brick texture, but you could use a brick pattern paper. I mean, I know they're out there, and I just trimmed that to fit this mat that I have, which is going to be 2 7/8 by 4 2/8, so it's like 1/8 of an inch on each side. I've gone ahead and stamped and die cut my beer steins and put them together. And then I have a couple embellishments, gold embellishments. So let's go ahead and put this together real quick. I'm going to use my Barely Art glue because at this point, another big thing that's going on here is I managed to move some of my things into one of our spare bedrooms. So I have like half of my supplies in here, and the rest are still out in my she shed because I don't like walking out there when it's cold or hot or rainy. I know. First world problems. But I don't have all my supplies in here, so I don't know where my ATG gun is. So we're going to use Barely Art liquid glue. And I'm just going to put my insert in my card. Okay. That is going to go on the inside because, of course, you can't see if you write on black cardstock. Make sure that's even. Okay. Smooth that guy down. Then I'm going to take my pattern piece and put it on the top. Again, you can really do this with any theme. So I don't know what we would call this. It's not really a fun fold. It's kind of... All right, then I'm gonna take my brick piece and glue it to my mat. Make sure it's centered in the middle. And then we're gonna attach it here. Now, ideally I want it to be in the center of the card, but remember, friends, you only wanna put glue on this portion of the piece, because if you put it here, it's gonna stick your card shut. Again, I've made this mistake many times, so. All right, so I just kind of want to center that. And what I'm gonna do is set it aside with my big block. Not that dry. Now, my beer steins are already assembled, but I am gonna put some dimensional adhesive on them so that I can pop them up off the piece of card. The other thing I need to do is, I think I'll put 3. I used in my design some twine. So I'm just gonna get a piece of twine. There, off to the side. Okay, so tell me, we're in the middle of May. What's your weather like where you are? We have just now gotten to the part where it's getting super hot. So not really a fan of that. All right, I'm gonna stamp my sentiment on the bottom of my card. Now, here's the thing. I'm gonna use just another round for your birthday. That's what I used last time. But you want it to be skinny enough that it's gonna fit and be able to be seen at the bottom here. So you're gonna stamp that right along the bottom of the... Oh no, look what happened. Well, you know what happens when that happens? Get another mat and glue it over the top. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it like that right now. Otherwise, we'll be here all day. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down at the bottom. I'm gonna square it up in the middle, put it right above the edge of the white. Okay, and then as you see, you can see it without opening the card. Okay, then I'm gonna take my 2, I wanna put my 1 beer stein up higher. So he's gonna go probably right about here. You know, I always put glue on my dimensionals. He's gonna go right about here, probably off to the side. Then this one's gonna go right about here. But what I wanna do first is tie my twine. Whoop. And what I'm gonna do with that is just wrap it around a couple times. Let me turn this sideways, it makes it easier. So I want it to tie over here, so I'm gonna leave enough okay, and then I'm just gonna tie a little bow here. Now, bear with me because tying bows on camera really isn't my thing. Tying bows at all really isn't my thing. But I'm definitely no good at tying them on camera. Okay. So, There's a tiny little bow. Now you could put a glue dot under there and keep it still. I'm gonna trim this little. Okay, then I know where I'm gonna put my other beer stein. All right, and he's gonna go right about here. Okay, and at this point, we are probably about 90% done. I'm just gonna put, I'll put these guys in different places. So I want to do a big one up top. And then 2 little ones. Again, I don't know where my picky tool is. I have a ton of stuff I still need to bring in. Ooh. All right, and there you have it. There is your manly. Now, another thing I thought about after this is putting glossy accents over this beer stein so that it would be like a glass. I've also seen people put like an acetate piece over the, like die cut it and put it over there so it looks like the glass is shiny. You could do that also. This would also make a good Father's Day card if you could just stamp Happy Father's Day down around the bottom. Now I need to figure out, I don't think I have some, hang on, let me shake the table here a second. I have some, oh, for Pete's sake, that's what happens when you put your stuff in a mason jar. I have a sand eraser, but I don't think it's gonna take, no, that's too, I flubbed that, so I'll figure it out. But there you have it. There's your first 10-minute Tuesday in a long time. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope this helps spark your creativity to make masculine cards. I know they're always kind of a challenge. At least they are for me. So go forth and be crafty, my friends. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. Tell me maybe some things that you'd like to see. And I will see you next week. Have a great day, guys.